Hello everyone and welcome to another deep dive. Today's chess puzzle
Mhm.
is a real brain tickler.
Oh, yeah.
Let's set up the board. Your queen's on f5.
Okay.
Your knight is poised on c3. You have pawns
Wow.
standing strong. On d3, a2, b2, c2, f2, g2, and h2. A rook guarding a1. Your king holding down e1. And another rook on h1.
Okay.
Black has their rook on a8, queen on d8, king on e8, a bishop on f8, another rook on h8, and their other bishop on b7. Black's pawns are lined up on c7, d7, g7, b6, h6, a5, and e5, with a knight keeping watch on c6, and another on h5. Let's get this going.
What's fascinating here is that at first glance, it might seem like white has the upper hand with that queen kind of eyeing the black king, but black has built quite a fortress around their king, making it difficult to penetrate.
Right, it's like black is saying, come and get me, but they've got all these defenses in place.
Exactly.
So where do we even begin?
Well, you have to start by asking, what's the most vulnerable point in black's position? What can white exploit? Notice how black's king is pretty boxed in, with only one escape square on e7. That's a pretty big clue.
So the goal is to force the black king onto e7 and see what happens.
Yeah.
But how do we make that happen?
Now think about your pieces. The knight on c3 is in a fantastic spot. If he could get to d5, it would be a real thorn in black's side, attacking both the queen on d8 and the bishop on f8.
You're right. But how do we get that knight to d5? The pawns on f2 and g2 seem to be blocking the way.
Here's where it gets really interesting. Sometimes in chess, you have to be willing to sacrifice material to gain a positional advantage.
You mean, like sacrificing a piece to open up lines of attack?
Exactly. Take a look at your queen on f5. It's in a precarious position. But what if you could use it to lure the black king out?
Hold on. Are you suggesting we sacrifice the queen?
Think about the move. f5 to g6. It's a queen sacrifice. Yes, but look at the consequences. It forces the black king to move to e7.
And once the king is on e7, I can move my knight from c3 to d5.
Precisely. Black won't be able to capture your knight because the pawn on e5 is pinned by your rook on h1.
So the answer is f5, g6.
The answer is f5, g6. It's a stunning sacrifice that highlights the power of looking beyond material and understanding the strategic value of positional advantages.
All right, let's break it down move by move. White plays f5, g6, sacrificing the queen. Black has no choice but to move their king to e7. Then white swoops in with their knight, c3 to d5. Attacking both black queen and bishop, that leaves black in a very tough spot.
It's a beautiful example of how a well-calculated sacrifice can completely turn the tables in a chess game.
Thank you for listening.